Now, not all plants are good. For example, take my lucky bamboo plant right here. Now, some bamboo is actually considered an invasive species. It's outlawed in some states. And it's just a reminder that sometimes the plants that are easiest on our eyes are sometimes the hardest on our environment. Fox 55's Avery Johnson shows us how Eagle Marsh Nature Preserve is battling invasive plants every day.
Not all green is good. Steward Eva Curtis spends her days cutting down invasive plants at Eagle Marsh Nature Preserve. The target on today's schedule, Callery pear trees.
What makes them invasive is that the seeds are really easily spreadable by birds. So birds eat the seeds and then obviously fly away and drop them elsewhere, and so they spread like crazy.
The white flowers can be deceitful, making the trees appealing for landscaping, but they do more harm than good.
So this is a native species that was growing right underneath the Callery pear, and when this develops denser foliage, it probably would have shaded these natives out. So it's really cool to directly see, these can now thrive because we removed this tree that was right next to it.
With invasives in the way, native plants like the bergamot can't thrive, hurting wildlife and the natural ecosystem. Becky Cummings has been a volunteer at Eagle Marsh for 25 years. She enjoys the work.
Here's one. Well, I think it's fun. I like to get out in the sunshine. I like the physical activity. You're accomplishing something, and usually it's instant gratification when you can either cut down a tree or saw it or use a chainsaw on it. It's exciting.
Now she uses her 25 years of experience to educate others on what's invasive and what's native.
Of course, I tell people, please don't plant the pear trees because they are an invasive. Oh, I didn't know that. But you can tell them and explain to them what happened, that they became invasive over time.
Callery pear trees aren't the only thing that volunteers and workers battle on the wetlands.
This nest is a good example of another big issue we have here at the marsh, which is pollution. So you can see that the nest is made with some plastic netting up there. Being that our location is right next to a landfill, we do have issues like this sometimes, but we do everything we can to prevent stuff like that from happening.
And this nest was built in a Callery pear. Now the team can't remove this tree until the fall, when the nest is vacated.
Okay.
Curtis says a green ecosystem is not always a healthy ecosystem.
These lush trees, they're the most green thing out here right now, but they're definitely not. They don't have a positive impact on the ecosystem.
That was Avery Johnson reporting for us tonight.